Welcome to Tower Talk Business Radio on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. Tower Talk Business Radio brings you conversations with the top business minds on Long Island and around the nation, including expert consultants and small business owners who have found success, but are also willing to share their top tips, failures, and give gritty, matter-of-fact advice based on their first-hand experience. And now, let's get down to business with Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation.
Welcome to Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation. My name is Ray Schwetz, AVP of Business Services at NEFCU, along with Denisha Boston Hill, CEO of Keeper of the Brand Marketing and Digital Agency. And we're focused on bringing the premier resource for business and entrepreneurship here to you.
Ray and I bring you weekly advice, tools, and services that help you grow your business. Plus, we interview top business leaders in the industry. First, let's jump into Success Chat. According to John Rohn, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. As an entrepreneur, my day is jam-packed with proposals, conference calls, back-to-back meetings, events, and closing deals. I try to rise before the roosters, exercise, and get pumped, Ray. Get pumped to start my day. Ray, what are some of your empowerment disciplines?
Yeah, for me, definitely the gym. I agree. I agree with the gym daily. And coffee is the sweet nectar of business success. So, I look at the calendar, I prioritize my day, and I get my caffeine fix. However, today, I really didn't need that much caffeine because I was very excited about our guest, Miss Vera Moore. Moving on, let's talk with Vera Moore. She's helping provide us with some business empowerment today. Vera Moore is our guest, CEO and founder of Vera Moore Cosmetics. Tell us, Vera, a little bit about your transformation. You started as an actress, and now you're CEO of a competitive cosmetics business.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. This is an honor.
Welcome.
Thank you so very much. Well, look, this entrepreneurship is self-inflicted pain. That's what I say it's about. The transformation is because there was a void in the market in the cosmetic industry for black women in particular. Mm. And it wasn't easy. I had no idea I was going to be an entrepreneur. My background was all theater. I did soap opera for 10 years on Another World, the first black family channels 4 NBC. And I did Broadway for 12 years. And when I got on the soap opera, you're right in front of people on the television, and they didn't have a quality product then. We're talking about early 70s, and especially for black women, people of color.
Now, Vera, if I can interrupt, actually, I didn't really fully introduce you and give your bio as well, because that's what's really exciting about you. I mean, you were one of the first black actresses on a soap opera, Another World. You immediately realized the void for this quality product, natural-looking makeup for women of color. And this led to the birth of Vera Moore Cosmetics. In 1982, you became the first black-owned business in the Green Acres Mall in Valley Stream.
Yes.
Now, Vera's products are used on stage, screen, and television. Emmy Award-winning makeup artists, celebrities, news anchors, and women from all walks of life solicit Vera's products and services. And you've been featured in various publications, including Wall Street Journal, and which just announced your partnership with Dwayne Weed. That's pretty exciting. You continue to expand and strategically position your company for growth. That's fantastic.
Thank you very much. Now, which one do you want me to answer? The Dwayne Reed?
Well, why don't you tell us all about it? Let's start off in 1982.
Oh, wow. That's Green Acres Mall then, right?
Absolutely.
Well, Green Acres Mall, I grew up in Laurelton.
Yes.
And I shopped in Green Acres Mall. I was in the theater, and there was an opportunity. They were renovating the mall. They were putting a second floor on the mall, and I said, this is a great opportunity for me to try to get into Green Acres Mall. Now, this is no easy feat, getting into Green Acres.
Yes.
And I figured, you shop there. Let's get some let's level the playing field there. Let's break down a barrier. That's my whole thing, to break down the barriers that impede growth for women, for all women. So I had an opportunity to try to get into the mall. We didn't have any money at the time. Okay. So we had to borrow.
All right.
And as you know, if you don't have any credibility, they don't give you any money.
Absolutely.
Because how do you pay it back? It's all about getting it back. So I'm not suggesting anyone do this. So please, I'm going to repeat this again. Do not do what I did in the 70s.
Do not try this at home. Leave this for the professionals.
Yeah, professionals don't even do it. I mortgaged my home.
Yikes.
Don't do that. Am I right, Ray?
Well,
Well,
yeah.
they still do it. I mean, if you have to do it, you want to do it, you want. But there are better ways now to get finance.
Let it be the last resort.
The last resort.
But I'll tell you, I saw Brendan Steiner early this morning, and one of the things he said was, you know what? Sometimes you got to be all in. So obviously you were all in.
Well, I was all in. So I mortgaged my home, and this was a personal guarantee.
Yeah. Oh.
Oops. See?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That means if you don't pay, they take your house.
That's absolutely right.
So, but when you want to do something, when you're determined, when you have a desire, when you know it can work, you have to have the tenacity. And I have a wonderful husband, and we did it.
That's fantastic.
Yes, we did it. We mortgaged our home. We got a 7-year loan, and we paid it back. We were never late. Even if you ate chicken livers for dinner, we were never late. No. I'm telling. Listen, entrepreneurship is, as I say, is not like a cold. You can't catch it.
I'm living it daily.
You have to want to do this.
Yes.
So, and we were determined to go into that mall. There were a lot of disappointments getting into the mall. It took 3 years to get into the mall. I don't know why it took that long, but we're talking about the 70s, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
And we're the first black tenant to break that color barrier in Green Acres Mall. They don't have little small entrepreneurs with kiosks in major malls, And I'll tell you, you want to hear a true story?
Yes.
Can I speak candidly here?
Please.
Of course.
We were supposed to go on the first floor. And during the course of 3 years or 2.5 years of renovation and changing management, et cetera, when it finally came down to really negotiate and get in, that contract sort of disappeared, so to speak, and they were going to put me on the second floor. Now, the second floor is the food court.
Right.
Yeah. So was I going to take that? Was I going to take the food court? Yes, I did take it.
Okay.
Because I wanted to get my foot in the door. I wanted to break a barrier. I would have gone on the roof. No, I mean that sincerely. I had made up my mind. I'm getting in this mall to break that barrier, to open up doors for other people that look like me.
Okay.
Because that was my focus. Because why is it that always why I say that? Because that's where the void is. That was where the void was and still is some places. So that's why I did that. So I went on the second floor in the food court, lipstick and French fries. Not a great marriage, but I did it. And I stayed up on the second floor for 10 years. And then those are the years they had 10-year contracts. They don't do that anymore.
No,
too long. Anyway, so then after that, I was able to go down to the first floor, right in front of Payless Shoes by Sears.
Oh, a great location.
Yeah, great location. 10 years later, and we stayed down there for 15 years. So I was in Green Acres Mall for 25 years.
Fantastic. So you worked your way down to the first floor.
Worked my way down to the
Excellent.
first floor. Yeah, it wasn't easy, but we did it. If you want to do it, you can.
Excellent. Now, you are listening to Tower Talk Business Radio on the voice of Nass Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Ray Schwetz, along with Denisha Boston Hill, and our guest today is Vera Moore, CEO and founder of Vera Moore Cosmetics.
Now, Ray, Vera, you shared with us just determination.
Yeah.
I mean, that is really a lot of determination, especially during that time.
Yes.
What is your mantra and what inspired you? Skin care is the foundation. I mean, that in itself speaks volumes. So.
Well, there was a lot of education.
Okay.
And educating to do with women. And, now we service, our line can accommodate a lot of women because we're all shades from white to blue black, I mean, this is the way I talk. So if you don't want me on the show, if you don't want to hear me tell the truth, don't invite me back.
I think that's why we want you on the show.
You understand what I'm saying? So I wanted to educate the woman about the importance of taking care of their skin. Yeah. My husband, Billy Helms, had a hair salon on Hillside Avenue called Billy's Place. And he was a licensed esthetician, skincare specialist. So we always talked about skincare, taking care of the skin. But a lot of us, and if the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it. It doesn't apply to you. So they don't call you up and say, what did she talk about? I always took care of my skin. So I'm not talking to you, Mm-hmm. They didn't know about a regimen, cleanser, toner, moisturizer. They didn't know about an exfoliant, slough off the dead cells, the debris on your face to get that beautiful glow, So there was a lot of educating the clients versus just buying a cleanser, a foundation just to cover it up.
Right.
So our mantra was skincare is your foundation. Makeup is an accessory.
Nice.
Yeah, so you would say education was a large part of of your success as a business owner.
Training them, educating so they could see the results.
Right.
And then that's why we had a loyal following, even though we were a small company. They saw the results.
Especially during that time when cosmetics really did not speak to women of color, of all colors. I read somewhere that, during your time on the soap opera that you wore, the white nurse's uniform. And your foundation would actually...
Well, that was my character. I was on Another World, delighted to be there. And the character was Linda Metcalf.
Okay.
Bay City General, Dr. Matthews' office, may I help you? This is Linda Metcalf. And I had a white uniform on. And the makeup at the time, they had makeup out there, but I'm talking about quality.
Right.
Quality products that weren't red. Women know what I'm talking about. The women that are listening to this, they know exactly what I'm talking about. It was red, it was oily, it was greasy, and it ran all off on your clothes. And I had a white uniform on, and I'd answer the phone, and then I'd see a little something on my collar, and then I have a makeup on my hand. So, that wasn't exactly what I wanted.
Right.
So that was the void.
Right. You
filled
the void.
Filling a void in the market.
And build an empire.
Well, building the brand is not easy.
Right.
As I said, we used our own money. We never had a backer. We've been asked to do some things, but we're not ready to do those things. We're holding on to our business as long as we can, and I'm grateful to God. I'm very thankful. So it's not easy, There's no deep pockets here. So, but I love what I'm doing. I enjoy it. It's not work for me. I'm excited about it. When I see people that I have helped so much and I've empowered them, their self-esteem, it just makes me feel terrific.
Take that arch and stand
Now,
them up a little.
Let's flash forward a little bit because, as I mentioned before, your cosmetics are now available in Duane Reade.
Yeah.
So, big difference between what you were experiencing in the 70s and what you're experiencing now. So what advice would you give an entrepreneur in your shoes, from back then, struggling to break into retail?
Retail. Okay. Retail's not easy. I did retail for 30 years, and there's all levels of retail. I don't know if I would suggest to somebody to go into a mall. There's so many criterias. These are things that I learned as a result of being in the mall. The rent is astronomical. It's like having, in addition to the rent, there's maintenance fees, and, those lights that you see in a parking lot and the security guard that's walking around, you pay for that. So I don't know if and you said struggling.
Yes.
I don't know if I would suggest a struggling entrepreneur to go into retail.
That's an excellent point.
Since you put that word struggling in there. Maybe there's another way instead of getting that overhead. Keep your costs down, keep it lean and mean because you don't even know what you're facing. So maybe you'll partner with someone. Maybe you open up in a very, very small store or home-based. I don't know about retail. Retail is difficult. I love retail. I loved retail. But I don't know.
You're finding success. Duane Reade, now Walgreens.
Well, yeah, that's retail, but I'm wholesaling.
Right.
I'm not there like I was for 25 years, standing behind a counter and selling. So it's a little different. It's retail. So I'm not saying don't go into retail, but there's so many things that you have to consider when you go into retail. Go on slowly, work with someone first, and try and see how you like it. See if you.
There's also so many different avenues because, back when you started, there was the mall. That was, the avenue for success. It was corner drugstores. It was the mall. Now you have the internet. Now you have social media.
Yes.
So have you used some of those tools for your business success?
Absolutely. And this, of course, we have a website, VeraMooreCosmetics.com, but we also have the brick and mortar, which is the Walgreens Duane Reade store. So there's a seamless transition because let me explain to you about Duane Reade. Can I do that?
Sure.
All right. Duane Reade, is a drugstore.
Right.
Well, Duane Reade has a new initiative. They've turned some of their stores, select stores, they've renovated them, and they're like a store within a store, like a department store within a store.
You're like walking into Sephora.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, better.
Well, better because they carry Vera Moore
Absolutely. It's more fabulous. Yeah. So, you walk into this area, and it's called Look Boutique, and they're in selected stores, and we're about 30 stores in New York. And they're in fabulous locations, Madison Avenue, 34th Street, 14th Street, 51st Street, Rockefeller Center, et cetera, et cetera. And there's someone to service you. So that's what's so great about it. There's an esthetician or a makeup artist to service you. So it's not walking like into a normal drugstore where everything's blister pack. So that was a tremendous step for me. So that's not really retail to me. That's wholesale. And how do you get ready to deal with a conglomerate like Walgreens?
Yes.
Not easy.
Not easy. So you are listening to Tower Talk Business Radio. Our guest today is Vera Moore, CEO and founder of Vera Moore Cosmetics and Skincare. My name is Danisha Boston Hill, along with Ray Schwartz, on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community, many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home, and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by Nassau Community College Foundation, on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm your host, Danisha Boston Hill, along with Ray Schwartz, and our guest today is Vera Moore, CEO of Vera Moore Cosmetics and Skincare. Welcome back, Vera.
Thank you.
Now, Vera, you have a lot of accolades and accomplishments, so congratulations on that success. Well earned.
Thank you.
Now, we've talked a little bit about what's going on with the business. Where are you taking it in the future? Where are you taking it now?
Well, we're trying to stay really focused, keeping it lean and mean, because we are a small company, but we are anticipating on going global. But going global is not easy. There are a lot of requirements, restrictions, things that you have to do. So we're doing research. Doing a lot of research, because just going global is not what I'm just going to sell to. I mean, each country has their own criteria,
right? And
it's expensive. So that's what we're trying to do, and we are going into the Caribbean.
Well, we definitely need more cosmetics.
Oh, wow. I love it.
Well, that, and I want to follow you to the Caribbean.
Yeah, we'll all take a trip.
Now, what advice would you give business leaders?
Business leaders?
Business leaders, business owners, someone like myself. You know, I started my company 3 years ago. You are more than 3 decades and growing.
Do your
what
research.
Would you tell?
Do your research.
Okay.
Get a mentor. Get a sponsor. Get your business plan. Don't do up now. Here I go again. I didn't have a business plan in the beginning. I got it later on because it's your roadmap. You know that. I think it's very important to ask. Don't be afraid. Go to small business development centers. Go any college or university that's offering. It's very important to educate yourself. So it's not one thing going into business and another thing staying in business.
Right.
Like I say, even about Dwayne Reed, we do need the support, because there's one thing getting on the shelf. There's another thing staying on the shelf.
Right. Transactional sales.
Yes. You've got to stay on that shelf and pay for your square footage. So I think anybody who wants to go into business, you've got to do your research and listen and take every course you can. You know, take every course that you can to learn. I'm not saying don't do it, but it's not easy. It's not as easy as you think it is. But if that's your passion, go for it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you. And I'm sure our listeners really appreciate your advice. You are definitely a living legend. One question that popped into my mind when I think of Moore Cosmetics, we do live in another world now, where the major cosmetic agencies and companies, they really have discovered your target market,
Absolutely.
the market that you were servicing back in 1982. How are you reinventing your company, and what are some of the tips that you can provide?
Well, the way we stay in business, because we are competing with major conglomerates. I think back in the 70s, the late 70s, the 80s, we were filling a void that no one else wanted to fill or even cared to fill.
Wait.
No, it is. No one really cared about it. But now they realize the power of the dollar of the woman of color. So I have a loyal following. because it wasn't about immediate gratification for me, for them. They knew that I educated them, I serviced them, and I loved them. I cared.
It's an experience.
Yes, I cared 30 years ago, and they never forgot it. And as I said, with the skincare, they could see the difference when they used it. And every day we're trying to improve our line. And not only that, not many owners of a company, CEO, you can call me and I pick up the phone and I answer you. I do that all the time. If you email me, I'm going to email you back. So I think, I know. That's why I know I'm still here, because we don't have the deep pockets, but we're still here and we're growing. And this has been generational, because women that I did in the 70s, their children come to me because there's trust.
Now, that's a key performance indicator.
Yes, there's trust. Because I can remember ladies saying, go to Vera because I know you're graduating, you're going to be in that prom, and I know she's going to make you look like a young lady. I hear that all the time. No, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, and that's very important to me. I'm very proud of that.
So what I'm hearing is build trust, build repeat business.
Yes.
And you, too, can have longevity throughout the years.
Absolutely.
Great. That's fantastic.
Fantastic. Well, you are listening to Tower Talk Business Radio on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. My name is Ray Schwetz, along with Denisha Boston Hill, and our guest today is Vera Moore, CEO and founder of Vera Moore Cosmetics and Skincare. Now, I want to make sure we drive home the point. There's so many, as we talked about, there are so many companies involved in your business. What is it that you do to keep your brand apart from that competition?
Well, you have to stay on the cutting edge by talking to your consumer. I constantly talk to my customer. We do seminars. We reach out. I'm in the community all the time. I just did something in Laurelton, matter of fact, 3 weeks ago at the library, and tons of people showed up because they were just so, Vera's coming back to Laurelton to talk to this little library in 225th Street. I love that. If you communicate, you level with them. I always listen to constructive criticism. I talk to my consumer. They see me physically. When we have in-store promotions at Duane Reade, I go to the store. I'm there. So it's not like, where is she? I used to know her in the 19th. No. And that's how we've grown. And that's some things that major companies don't do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Owners are in Duane Reade on 34th Street making up a face. And every once in a while I do it, but I still go into the store. So I think that's it. I know that's it.
That's key. That's the key to success there.
Quality control. Also, curious, now, you're involved in every aspect of the business, but no woman is an island. So tell us a little bit about who you have in your team, who you have in your network. What are some of the resources that you have available to you that have helped you along the way?
Well, no man's an island, and you have to share, and you can't grow. You have to delegate in order to grow your business. You can't be everywhere at one time. Well, my husband's the VP. He's the licensed esthetician. He takes care of a lot of great stuff, the bookkeeping, and et cetera. And my daughter's a graduate of Howard University School of Business, so she does a lot of traveling. Matter of fact, she went back to school and got her license as an esthetician from Christine Valmet. Nice. She travels all over the United States, opening up the Duane Reade stores, teaching about our product line, which is great. So anytime there's a store, we're in Puerto Rico, we're in Hawaii, we're in Las Vegas, we're in Chicago, she has to go to that store and train Duane Reade's employees about Vera Moore Cosmetics. So we have a small team, but we have an efficient team.
That's fantastic.
And the business is a family affair.
It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Yeah, it's a family affair, and it's growing, and we love it, and we're doing it. We're keeping it lean and mean, and we do a lot of partnerships too. We did something with Ashley Stewart. I've done something with Eileen Fisher. We've done television. We've done some movies. We're out there doing. We're like the little ant. We're the Energizer Bunny. We're still there.
You are. That's
yeah.
That's fantastic. And I'll tell you, building a lasting legacy that can pass down from your generation to your daughter's generation and future generations. You have a granddaughter that's the next in line, I'm sure, to one day take over Vera Moore Cosmetics.
Well, it's their choice. I don't force it, but it's nice to know that we do have it. It's available to them if they want it, and that's another thing that pushes me, fuels me. That we have an opportunity to share this and for it to grow, and from rich to wealth. you know what I'm saying. We want to grow. We want to grow this business.
I'll tell you that I myself don't use makeup, of course.
But we have skincare, Ray. We have cleansers, toners, more. You're not off the hook.
My mom has always said I have a face for radio. But I'll also tell you that I live in a house with three young women aside from my wife.
Okay.
And 6, 9, and 16 years old. What do you feel is the appropriate age for makeup? I mean, when do you start? Because I know I've had that argument back and forth with the first one.
Look, I'm not a parent. It's up to the parent. But I think as far as skincare is concerned, you start when you're young. Telling young lady, clean your face, clean your makeup off. Don't go to bed with your makeup on. I think you start when you're very, very young. My mother did. Maybe that's why I always loved skincare. We didn't go to sleep. Well, I didn't wear that much makeup anyway when I first started in the theater. I did, but we always washed our face. Clean your face before you go to bed. Put some lotion on your legs, grease your legs.
Right. And they're watching you.
Yeah,
they're watching everything you do.
So I don't know. Young girls are wear a little clear lip gloss or something soft.
So my daughter, she's in the mirror. She's like taking the
lip
foundation brush.
How old is she?
She's 2, and I'm
you
snatching
see that?
it from her.
Yeah.
So maybe I shouldn't put up such a fight.
Nah, little lip gloss doesn't hurt.
Playtime is fun.
Yeah, little lip gloss.
Playtime is fun.
Yeah.
But teens, tweens, adults, Vera Moore Cosmetics is reaching the masses, and you really have an amazing brand.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
We look to continue to support you and, have more, and spreading into the Caribbean. I mean, that in itself is fantastic. The Caribbean, Hawaii, you said.
Yeah, we're in Hawaii, we're in Puerto Rico, we're in Las Vegas, we're in Chicago, we're in Miami. We're in about 54 stores. Walgreens acquired Dwayne Reed.
Right.
So we went national.
Can you please share some final thoughts and last words? I'm going to call it more tips for success for those business owners out there.
I think the thing for success is, as I said before, it's not like a cold. You can't catch it. You've got to be passionate. You've got to really want this. It's not for everyone. You've got to be able to sacrifice and to suffer. I call it self-inflicted pain, really. I mean, anybody can do it.
Hashtag.
Yeah, anybody can do this, but you've really got to want it. And you've got to be disciplined. You've got to get a mentor. You should get a sponsor. You should listen. Go to your small business development. Don't be afraid to network and learn and listen. And take constructive criticism. Network. That's so key. Join organizations that can help you. I was with the National Minority Business Council, and I still am for over 25 years. I'm on the board of directors of the New York Women's Chamber of Commerce. I learned so much. I did my first trade mission to South Africa with the National Minority Business Council. So there's so many. The matching. It's very important to network. Don't be an island. Learn. Take constructive criticism, and you can do it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your amazing story, your success, how your business has grown. We'd like to thank our guest, Vera Moore, CEO and founder of Vera Moore Cosmetics and Skincare. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have me back.
Absolutely.
We will.
Absolutely. So I'd like to leave you with one final thought. A quote from Anita Roderick. 3 components make an entrepreneur: the person, the idea, and the resources to make it happen. Make it happen with Vera Moore Cosmetics.
We want to thank you for being with us. My name is Ray Schwetz, along with Denisha Boston-Hill. The creative director of Tower Talk Business Radio is Rudy Breedy. This is NCC Foundation Business Leaders Council production. Visit ncc.edu/WHPC for more information. Available as a podcast on iTunes, Android Podcasts, and Spreaker. This has been Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation, on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We'll talk with you next week.